we're going to go to Chris for a demo. And before we do that, I want to share with you a topology and how this works with FortiClient, SentinelOne, FortiGate, and Sandbox work in a topology view. So in this case, you'll see that it doesn't matter where FortiClient is connected, where the client is connected, I'm sorry, or the endpoint is connected, and the endpoint will have FortiClient fabric agents and SentinelOne on the endpoint, and then either connect through FortiGate switches, or when the endpoint is remote, connecting through internet. And this is how it will work. And then from here, I'm going to turn to Chris for the demo.
Hi guys, thank you so much for letting me share this with you. First up, what we're going to see is the Fortinet firewall and also the SentinelOne integration. Before you is on the right hand side is the Python script running, and then on the left hand side is the SentinelOne agent and dashboard. As we can see, we have no threats currently, and we're going to load up the machine with active threats, which will then be pushed into the FortiGate firewall blacklist. So as we can see this, there's a blacklist right here called S1 infected endpoints. And in that, we will see a bunch of different threats being pushed in hash-wise of what these things are. So what this does is this helps you with your environment of keeping that hygiene, keeping it clean within your environment. So even if machines that do not have the Fortinet or SentinelOne client, like for instance an ATM or other machines, kiosk machines as it is, these too will be protected by the firewall by allowing it to block all those different types of threats as they come in. All right, fantastic, thank you. Let's move ahead and keep it running here. We're going to clear out the rest of these threats, and what's important about this is as the threats are cleared out, they are then also removed from the Fortinet FortiGate firewall automatically. So nothing that needs to be done on the end user side. This is the power of the integration together, is that there's little, if anything, for the end user or the levered person that uses the firewall to do. So now we are back into a healthy state, and we'll go back into the firewall and see that S1 infected endpoints, there is nothing there. And so as things are remediated, it's taken care of. All right, next up, here is the FortiGate sandbox, and this is really interesting as well, is that we have the ability to push the hashes that we see from within our environment into the sandbox. I might also add that we also leverage the FortiClient to then help with this. This is a key part of moving this forward, is using the FortiClient and pushing those details into the FortiSandbox. So go ahead and hit play again. As you'll see, we launched some threats and then populated the sandbox as well. Again, this is the power of the integrations that we have together.